voice. Welcome to Mental Health Monday. And today, we're not just locking in on building muscle, but mindset. Stay tuned. Mental Health Mondays. Man, story time, right? So I remember I was working for this company. I was pushing about 55, 60 hours a week, right? And I remember coming up on 35 hours this particular week, right? And it was only a Wednesday. And what I would do is I would do about 45 hours in the field, and about the remaining was be at home. Right, I would take the job home with me, working on all kind of investigations, and of course I'm big on fitness, right? So I would go to the gym to just deal with the stress, deal with the anxiety. All right, especially when you go to the gym, right? Those 5 o'clock, those 4 o'clock early morning sessions where you kind of have the gym to yourself, right? You probably have one person here, two-person here, and that's that, right? So I love going to the gym in the morning, but when I went to the gym, I feel safe, I feel clear. But the thing is, the gym is like a temporary fix, right? Because you want to make sure that fitness is a lifestyle. Whatever you put in the gym, you want to make sure you put out of the gym when you step out of that gym, right? And my issue was that job was trickling down into my personal life, right? My wife will call me like, "Hey, we need to spend some time together. Let's do some date night." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm working on this investigation. I got this going on. I got this going on, right?" I'm pushing her to the side. But this company that I was working for, that week, I was coming up and I was doing all these type of investigations. I was making the company, the high ups look good, and then it came to me, right? I went to my vehicle, right? I went to go to the next location, and I had a mental breakdown, right? Now during this breakdown, I was crying. I was I don't know if I think I was ashamed just because like, man, like I'm holding this in and stuff like that, but I still gotta make sure that I provide, right? As a man, right? That's what we was told in society, to make sure that we provide. Uh, let's just push through, man. You got this, and that's what I did, right? But I immediately called my wife, let her know what happened, and my wife was like, "Listen, man, it's not worth it. Leave the job. We got this. Don't worry about this, man. God got us." But me being a man, right? Again, I'm like, "Nah, babes, I got this. Don't worry about that. I could push through." And she's like, "No, man, you got it. You gotta leave it alone." So that's what I did, right? I left it alone, right? I went to the location, told my boss, "Listen, effective immediately, I will be resigning from the company." Now I got home, I didn't know what to do next, right? So I got home and I called my mom, right? And something about hearing your mom's voice, right? It brings you back to that kid, right? That kid that know that need that nurturing, or that kid that just depend on your mother, right? So I'm telling her what happened, and I just once I hear my mom's voice, I just start crying, right? I didn't It felt like another mental breakdown, right? Just because I didn't want to be a failure, right? People look at me as a strong one in the family, right? The one that have all the answers, right? People always ask me, "Hey, boys, let me get this, let me get that," right? But I always feed it into other people, and other members of the family and stuff like that. But people don't feel into me, right? And that's how I felt. So I went to the doctor that day, and the doctor told me my blood pressure was through the roof, right? They gave me all kind of pills to take for anxiety, blood pressure, all this stuff. And the thing with me is, man, I don't like them pills, right? I don't like to take pills or anything like that. And my wife would tell me like, "Hey, listen, man, protect yourself, man. Like, listen, um, change your diet, right?" And she told me about this plant-based diet. And I'm like, plant-based? I kind of knocked that at first, and then I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, what I got to lose, right? Let's do it, right? So I went to the plant based, and after like a week and a half, 2 weeks tops, my blood pressure went normal. It went down and everything. And from there on, I'm like, you know what? This plant based thing is actually dope, right? I ain't got to take no medication, medicine, or anything like that. I'm gonna stick with that. And I said that to say this: protect your peace, right? At the end of the day, it's not worth it. When we all go in that ground, right? We're not taking nothing with us. The most thing that we're gonna leave behind is our memories, and our memories is what's gonna live on forever, right? Uh, for my fellas out there, man, get a circle of other fellas, right? Get a circle of your brothers, right? I got a small circle, so the brothers I keep around me, those are the ones that I vent to and stuff like that. But always talk to somebody, right? Whether it's a therapist, a family member, a close friend, a lover, whatever the case might be, make sure that you open up and you speak to somebody. Because at the end of the day, um, protecting your peace it means everything, right? And I want to say this, right? Make sure you don't hold things in, right? And that was my issue, right? I had to learn to let those things go. I had to learn to open up. I had to learn to be vocal, right? I had to learn to communicate. And those are things that really helped me protect my peace, right? So please make sure you protect your peace, right? I want to hear your story. I want to hear your journey and stuff like that. And just remember, man, uh, the fitness lifestyle is not all about building that muscle, right? That exterior, but we always have to build that interior as well, right? Just like a vehicle, you want to make sure the outside and the inside runs equally, right? So protect your peace. I want to hear your journey. So drop in the comments below. What was your mental health journey? What was your breaking point? What made you say, you know what, enough is enough? Let me protect my peace. It's voice. Yeah, stay blessed.